Welcome back to Metroid Fusion. We're in Sector 4, the Aqua sector, and we are underwater. Pretty far underwater. With a wonderful new tile set and environment. So one thing that I wanted to mention was the environment art in this game. Because almost every bit of environment art in this game, almost every tile set, is some kind of variant of the base station tile set. And of course, the reason they did that is because this is supposed to be a station. It is a space station. It's not a planet. There's not, like, dirt down here going to the core of a planet. It's a space station, so they built these rooms. And given that, I feel like this has... I don't necessarily want to say helped or hurt them, because I feel like doing something else could have done more, but I also feel like they did a lot with this. Like, if they'd gone with a more traditional aesthetic choice for that, I feel like they could have made some areas that were way more standout and memorable and unique. But also, you can do that and kind of forget you're on a space station if you get in far enough. Whereas this, you remember every step of the way you're on this space station. And given that, they also do a lot with it. The background art is a major contributing factor to this as well. Because, like, look at this area. Just look at what's going on right here. This doesn't even begin to look like the other areas, even though it has, like, kind of the same, deep down, the same base tile set. So, I just thought it was something interesting to point out. It's not necessarily a positive or a negative, I guess depending on how you think about it. But it's neat stuff. Also, I realize that what they do with the tile sets is they kind of just have large areas that all use one tile set. So we have this, like, deep aqua area that's going to use this tile set. And then there's, like, a mid-aqua area and then, like, a high aqua area. So there's, like, 3 different tile sets that are varying levels of, like, this or corruptions of this working its way down, becoming more aqua, so to say. And using this, I feel like it is much easier to make more expansive areas because you don't have to come up with, like, unique tile sets and unique, my brain has stopped functioning. Like landmarks and things to really stand out and keep you going. Like, you don't have to make every single room completely unique. And completely unique and memorable. You can just kind of have paths that take you around. And that also lends to a different atmosphere in the game. Because Super Metroid, as an example, did go way over the top. They had tile sets that they used in, like, 2 rooms. There is so much environment art in that game. And they worked really hard to make every single room memorable. And they kind of had to. For one, for the mood that they were trying to get across with Super Metroid, which they wanted you to kind of slow down and take in the environment and feel the mood of that specific environment. That's what they wanted out of that game. And they didn't have anything to assist you in getting around, such as, say, Adam to talk to dictate where you're going to go, and a more structured, straightforward progression through the game. So they had to make everything more more standout and memorable, so you could even remember where to go at all. And they could tone that back here, and not absolutely kill themselves making 5 billion tile sets for the game, by simply making the area a little more structured, a little more straightforward to move through. They're still doing a pretty good job of it with making, like, the 3 distinct tile sets for each area. So you get here and you go, yeah, Deep Aqua, got it, cool. And the atmosphere doesn't need to be as slow and moody. You can just kind of run through. You're just trying to get out. I just want to get back to civilization. I'm trapped down here. Dang it. Like, they still want it to feel like you're exploring kind of an alien place, but it's a very different kind of unsettling, like that uncertain exploration feel than Super had. And it's one that's much more befitting of the kind of atmosphere that they can put on with this kind of art. So as I said before, it's me pointing out 2 differences, but I feel like the differences fit the games. Like, what they did with Super fits Super, and what they did with Fusion fits Fusion. And swapping the 2 wouldn't necessarily make or break the other game. That didn't come out right. Taking one that you liked and putting it into the other would not make that game inherently better, because it's no longer fitting what that game wants. Let's just go with that. That's probably at least close to what I'm trying to say. Oh, and then they got this neat area. Like, there's underwater stuff, so they have these, like, glass viewing tubes. Okay, there's no way nothing's here. So they have these, like, glass viewing tube areas, almost, and it's kind of neat. Just seeing that open expanse of water around you. I can get behind that. Okay, I'm just gonna straight up say we're not supposed to go this way. I mean, you could guess that much from the map. Why are they gonna have you, like, go to the right, and then go back to these map areas down here? I shouldn't have said that. I should have just stopped and said, am I supposed to go this way? And fooled everybody into thinking I didn't know what I was doing. Let's be honest, I don't actually know what I'm doing most of the time. Oh, you can see there's something up there, too. What's going on here? As you can see, like, the enemy goes... Ooh, missed blocks. Got it. Cool. Oh my goodness, would you, like, die? There we go. Let me get up here. There we go. Ooh! It's one of the baby dragons. Spitting out little orbs, instead of shooting them at you. Though that the orb exists even after you die, I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's kind of a projectile more than anything. What the heck? Okay, it's clear I go down here, so let's... Ooh, fish. Oh, you know, I think I was supposed to go this way, because if I'd kept going to the left, I would have hit a red door. Oh well. Okay, so these down here are kind of suspicious. What's what? Tell me what's going on. There we go, found it. So one thing I discovered, and this took me longer than I... It's a mindset change that took me forever to actually adapt to, is A, you power bomb. Yeah, A, you power bomb. Power bomb tells you where breakable blocks or other things are. The only thing power bomb... Ooh. The only thing power bomb does not show you is invisible areas. So just after you power bomb, if there's no immediately visible forward path, check for invisible passages. There you go. And we did it! Red security open! We kind of weren't told to do that, but who cares? We had to get out of here. If you go to the right up there, it's a, Yay. If you go to the right up there, there's a red door in the way stopping it from going out. Maybe I should just go all the way there. Okay, so missiles. And gold duders. So charge beam kills them. There we go. So this door down here only glows to open after you've killed the 2 gold enemies in here, which involves killing the enemies in the lower left and then not collecting enough of the X that they can reform into the gold crabs up there. And that leads you to something. Some E. So our job here is done. So my very first time through here, this actually got me stuck for quite some time. And it was entirely because the one invisible passageway in here. Like this one right here. I never found it, and I just kind of assumed that you couldn't get through this way. And boy, I was here for like 5 minutes going, what do? I shot you. Oh, so one thing about how the beams work in this game. Fine. Is there are actually, when you fire, there are actually 3 beams that come out. So if one of the beams hits something, the other 2 will continue on their own. The difference between this and how it was handled in Super, say, is probably due to sprite limitations, like you can only have so many sprites on the screen at once. Your beam was one graphic. Even if you shot out 3 beams, it was one entity. And if one of those beams hit something, it just counted as the whole beam hit something. And that's where you got weird stuff like with the spazer that I showed off, where as long as one of the spazers gets around an edge, the whole beam will continue on. Little weird oddities there. So like, in Super, getting a beam around a corner or something like that was a little weird, and that was streamlined here by just, you got 3 beams, like it looks like you have 3 beams. A difference in So that's a difference in Fusion's favor. A difference in Super's favor on the exact thing, though, is if only one beam hit an enemy, the whole beam hit the enemy. Which means it did a stupid amount of... like, it did full beam damage. Whereas here, since you're shooting 3 individual beams, if you want to do full damage to somebody, you've got to hit them with all 3 beams. So you get some of these, like, crabs or whatever. Like, I shoot like this, and one of the crabs is, like, maybe floating up near the top of this chamber or something, and only that top beam hits them, it does, like, no damage. Or even if I run in with a charge beam like this, and that bottom beam doesn't hit him, but the top 2 do, well, he doesn't take full charge beam damage. So it kind of feels weird sometimes because, like, you go, man, I swear I can one-shot these things with that beam, but it's usually because your aim was just slightly not spot on. Like there. The top beam didn't hit him. And so didn't kill him when, like, hitting him entirely would have done it. One thing this game does, though, or one thing that this game does do, though, that's kind of nice, is if you're going to charge up your beam, in Super, you go to charge up your beam and then somersault and land, I don't remember if it pauses your charge or resets your charge when you land, if you're not entirely charged up. Whereas in Fusion, you keep charging while spinning. So it's a lot more fluid to just go like, man, let me just blow everything out. Like, oh no, I had to dodge, but I didn't lose my chance at offense because I had to dodge something. Which admittedly also fits Fusion's more, action-y combat. I don't think there's anything up here. If there is, we'll come back to it. Well, nothing here, I guess. Sure looks like there'd be. Actually, no, it doesn't, because normally there would be a glass tube or something on the other side. What the heck were these things? Guys have more health than you have any right to have. Save room, sure, why not? Everything is beam immune. Like, okay, I get maybe you just want me to use the charge beam more, but like, let me use the normal beam. Is there a gameplay reason for that? Okay. Ooh. Okay, well, where do we go then? Is this suspicious? Oh, you know what? I can probably freeze them. Yeah, and then I can get over them while they're frozen. Getting back that way doesn't help me, though. But this guy does. Oh boy, electricity. I can't get by you. So I can freeze you, but I can't actually get rid of you. Gonna have to come back for that one. I did remember this. These are speed boost blocks here, so you gotta go over there and like speed boost your way over here. And that gets you by that guy. So charge beam is good and all, but like these guys are tiny and hard to hit with all like your whole charge beam. And I have 150 missiles. So that goes up. I couldn't... Yeah, I couldn't go far enough in that room because of the weird, growy, tentacle-y guy. But I can probably go up. But I can go up here, maybe? Well, I don't have an easy way to, like, bomb that. Because I'll just zone my way back down here if I try to, like, lay a power bomb or something. But I can spoost up there. In this big, wide room they conveniently give me. Yeah. Platforming with these idiots. Man. Get up there. Okay, that's suspicious. Missile blocks. Dang it, I'm trying to jump off. But you just fall, jump off of it, holy heck. There we go. There we go, and that's how you break those. Okay, so there's something up here. What's up here? What's up here? That's up here. Doors. Ah. So we can't get here yet, but this is a nod that there are passages between the sectors, not in the main hub. These passages are only really important at, like, effectively post-game. I can't get by you guys. But there's a data room here. With diffusion missiles. Okay. Just kind of here. With no real information about them or anything. So how diffusion missiles work is they're effectively charge missiles, sort of. They do make your base missile more powerful. So your base missile before, okay, at the very beginning of the game, your base missile was gray. Nothing fancy at all. When you got the super missile upgrade, they became red-tipped. When you got the ice missile upgrade, they got like this kind of weird bulbous yellowy tip. And then when you get the diffusion missile upgrade, they're green-tipped. Proper super missiles. So this does increase the base damage of your missiles, yet again, and it gives you the added effect of being able to charge up. So I'm not holding the missile button, I'm not holding the shoot button, I'm only holding the ready to shoot missiles button. Like this button. And once it's up all the way and you fire, it kind of spreads out. Spreads out like that and ices anything that it hits. To my knowledge, the diffusion effect doesn't hurt enemies, it only freezes them. And honest to goodness, I feel like it's the most underutilized item in this game. It's used pretty much exclusively for getting past these guys. And these guys exist in all of, like, 2 rooms in the entire game. It feels like they had a neat idea and then did very little with it. But they also needed to give you another missile power upgrade, or your missiles just would cease being useless or useful at all. Oh, I can go in here. Forget what you are. Missiles. Oh, I think you're just like the regular missiles. Okay. There's something in here, clearly. Missiles. Oh, you know, I probably could have come in here earlier. I probably could have come in here after I raised the water level, because it's below the electric. It's down here. Oh, this is this room. So that's our way back down, is getting past that guy. And the gray spot there is... Did I not go in that long room? What the heck? What's wrong with me? That gray spot I can't get to. Otherwise, it looks like we're done in Aqua. Heck yeah. I do kind of want to map out that area to the left by the red door. And I want to check what's in that room that I didn't go in for some reason. Okay, so making our way back over here. This is a fake floor. Yep, you can just shoot through it. And here's the red door. So now we even have easy access back here. Where we have to spoost to get through there. Really? Get in here yet. Okay, what's in this room that I just completely walked past? Oh, an earlier look at these guys. Oh yeah, you're the big boy. I don't like these guys. I feel like I have a hard time, like, maneuvering around their diagonal shots. Take that, missile. And they always show up in rooms with like 500 of them in there, so I'm just like, get it off me. Okay, so that's it for that. That's what we missed. So, back to the navigation room, I guess. Oh, can I not leave this one? Okay, we're back. Get our recharge. Get ourselves recharged, refueled, ready to go. We're back in civilization. Hey, Adam, I finally got out of that place. Yeah, I sure did. I found it in the data room just down below us. There's some weird stuff going on. Adam, you were also weirded out about that I got plasma. Something up? I mean, yeah, that's true, but I couldn't have gotten out. I mean, I was trapped. I physically could not have gotten out. It was that or I starve. Down there. I mean, I guess maybe I could have subsisted on the X's, if that's in my DNA now. But you never would have heard from me again, that's for sure. Security... I sure do remember the security robot, that piece of crap. Oh boy, the X's got to it. So the X's can only infect organic material, as far as I know. And so the reason they could infect Nightmare is because Nightmare is biomechanical. The security robot, I only noticed this in editing, but once you blew apart like its armored carapace or whatever, it had a brain in there. So, biomechanical. That's what the X's took over. It seems, though, that much like with our armor, the X's can mimic the entire shape that the organic material identifies as, even if the organic material is not, even if the mechanical material is part of that. Such as, for example, with Nightmare. Of course, it only infected the organic material, but it then appeared as the full biomechanical creature, mechanics included. X's are weird, man. Wonder how it gets the mechanical data. Like, it can infect the organic parts. Maybe it, like... I don't know. Crap's weird. How does it just, like... reach out and take that mechanical part and go, I'm gonna replicate this in a way that's actually mechanical. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend I understand how the X work. That's stuff for the big brains up at HQ. And it's in Knock. Got it. Yeah, if the X took that thing over and it's over there causing problems, we should probably do something about that. Oh, it's just right next door. Sure is. Well, let's run over there at least, and we'll get closer details, even though it's probably just going to be Adam going, right here, go get him. Go get him, Tiger. Adam was kind of getting on me that time, but for the most part, he's been pretty supportive. Hey, Adam, you doing okay? You've been less you lately. Yeah, that happens when the X take you over. Oh, cool. I mean, I have ice and plasma and gravity and space jump and super missiles. Like, I think I can take it. But okay, getting me back to full power. I guess you just really want to make sure I'm at full power before we actually fight this thing. Though, like, what's left for me? I mean, I've got room for... I mean, I guess... technically, my HUD's got room for another missile, another MISC, and, like, 2 more beams. I recharged already, right? Yes, I did. Alright, well, until next time, everyone, we go hunt down a security robot.